What's up, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. I actually ended up watching this fight legally. My dad ordered it and we had 5 people over. I think there were supposed to be more people, but we watched it and pretty much everything went as expected, which is really not good, but not terrible. Like, it wasn't a horrible fight, but it wasn't the fight that I think everybody wanted, and there's no way it could have lived up to the hype, but I don't know. I don't think that's very good for boxing for that fight to have kind of been the way it was. So anyway, the first fight was pretty good. I think the first fight was actually probably the most exciting fight. It was some crazy Ukrainian guy against some other dude. This is the problem with boxing. There's no new stars. I don't recognize any of the names. I don't know, like, I don't know who's the hot up-and-coming boxer nowadays. Like, I don't fucking know. You probably don't know. But the thing with, like, the UFC is, like, I know who Ronda Rousey. I don't keep up with the UFC like crazy, but I know who the up-and-coming stars are. I know who John Jones is. I know who that McGregor guy is. I know who Ronda Rousey is. I mean, there's actual, like, stars, whereas with boxing, like, I don't know. So anyway, the first fight, some Ukrainian guy beat the piss out of some other dude. That was pretty one-sided. The second fight was 2 featherweights, and they might as well have been wearing sock 'em boppers because the one tall dude just... dude, they were landing punches like crazy. I've never seen somebody get punched in the face so many times and have no damage done. So they might have had their boxing gloves just inflated with air for all I know, because that was... I can't believe they lasted that long. I don't know, but anyway. So those first 2 fights were okay. The second fight was pretty fucking boring, but at least they were landing punches. I don't know, just nothing was happening. So anyway, on to the main event. Pretty much went exactly as I expected it to go. If you go look at my Facebook and Twitter, I was saying Mayweather was going to win. Look, everybody, like, I think, what was it, like 65% of people bet against Floyd Mayweather and said Pacquiao was going to win. There's a difference between betting with your heart and betting with your mind. Like, everybody wants Mayweather to lose, but he's the best defensive fighter. Like, okay, so this is boxing. You punch somebody in the face, and you don't get punched in the face. He is the best ever at not getting hit. Like, I can't think of anybody else that is better at, like, escaping shitty situations and not getting hit. I don't know. I don't think there's anybody better at that. And he's not, I mean, he's not like a huge power puncher by any means, but he's got, like, ridiculous accuracy, so he's fucking good. He's very good technically. And the thing with Pacquiao is, he's also very good, but his skill set, like, he's like super, like, his whole thing is, like, he's so quick that you don't know how to, you can't fuck with that. Like, that's like his whole shtick. But the thing is, he's old as fuck now. That particular skill set does not age well, whereas Floyd Mayweather's technique and just, like, I don't know, he's really smart about how he controls the fights. That ages a lot better than Manny Pacquiao just running in like a madman, dodging everything and just throwing these, like, lightning fast punches when he's, like, whatever the fuck, 38 years old, or I don't know how old he's, 37? Like, he's old as shit now. So, I think somebody else said it, they were interviewing, like, a bunch of celebrities before the fight. Oh, I can't remember that guy's, the one basketball player that was really good for the Pacers. I can't remember his name, but anyway, he said it perfectly. He said, if you're 2 old people are facing off, I don't know, he didn't say old people, but basically if 2 older athletes or 2 older teams are facing off, you pick the team with the better defense because defense wins. And I don't know, I think especially in this situation, if Pacquiao and Mayweather were younger, the fight could have played out a little differently, just because I really don't think that Pacquiao's skill set ages very well. That's kind of my take on it. So the fight went as expected. Floyd Mayweather just avoided all damage. Like, I think he got hit with, like, 1 real punch. The one that they showed on Reddit where, like, he got hit and, like, he was already on his back foot. It was, that by no means was a bruiser monster hit, but that was, like, pretty much the only super clean hit he got hit with. And other than that, I mean, Pacquiao got him on the ropes a few times, but he just covered up and he got hit with a few body shots. But really, other than that, he just danced around him, outboxed him, and it went as expected. A lot of people are saying he was running away. oh my god, Floyd Mayweather's just hugging him and running away. Like, have you ever watched him fight? That's what he does. He doesn't take any damage and he wins on the cards. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I know when I was tweeting out earlier, I just said I don't care how the fight goes. I just don't want it to go to decision. And it went to decision. Mayweather is just the king of winning decisions. He's got, what, 48, 49 wins and only 10 knockouts. He's by no means like a Mike Tyson that wins all of his fights via knockout, it seems. But if you look back at the fight, even the rounds that they said Pacquiao had won, I think those were questionable. I think the only round that I think Pacquiao definitively won that like everybody could say he won, I think it was what, the third, fourth round. It was an early round where Pacquiao actually got him against the ropes and Mayweather didn't really do anything. That's really the only time that you can say like for sure he won that round. I think all the other rounds that people may have given him were questionable. I mean, he could have won them, but by no means is like a Pacquiao blowout that round. So yeah, I don't know. Floyd, he just took no damage. Like, yeah, he didn't do a shitload of damage to Pacquiao, but he did more damage. It was just it was a boring fight. I mean, it wasn't a horrible fight, but it wasn't the fight that boxing needed to like win people over again. People watch this fight and then they're going to go back to not caring about boxing again because it wasn't horrible. I know people are going to like, oh, it was right back saying it was a bad fight. I don't think it was a bad fight. I don't think it was the fight that it needed to be to win people over from the UFC back to boxing, or just to get people interested, because it was a really defensive, really kind of slow pace, not tons of action. I mean, there was a few times where Pacquiao had Mayweather against the ropes, but again, Mayweather just covered up, and he really didn't take that much damage. It looked exciting, but it really wasn't. So yeah, for all the people that are just saying like Mayweather danced around and hugged him and whatever, that's why he's so good. You don't go 48-0 by taking a bunch of risks. There's a reason why he hasn't gotten knocked out or even knocked down yet. It's because he's very calculated. Sure, he does kind of pick his fights, and you know he's very smart about picking the right people to fight. But especially in combat sports, there's miracle punches. I mean, if anybody's watched fighting here, fighting of any sorts, UFC, boxing, kickboxing, whatever, everybody knows there's the miracle punch where some guy is down the entire fight and just some random swing that hits just right and they're out. So the fact that he's won 48, 49 times now, hasn't been knocked down, hasn't been knocked out, that just tells you that he's very good at playing defensively. He's very good at being calculated and not giving it up. He's taken like hardly any damage his entire career. So for all you people that were expecting them to just like go in there and brawl, like I don't know what the fuck you were expecting. So anyway, Floyd Mayweather, still undefeated. The only thing he's lost to is literacy, and you really just can't fuck with his work ethic. He just trains much harder than anybody else. He's got a myriad of training partners. He's got his wife, his ex-girlfriends. He's had just a lot of people to perfect that punch against. So, you know, what were you expecting? I am not shocked. So, anyway, that's the fight of the century. It was not terrible, but not what I think everybody wanted. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys surprised? I think anybody that was like I'm not a boxing expert by any means, but I don't know how people didn't see this coming. I mean, if you ever watched a Floyd Mayweather fight, he just controls the pace and beats people on the cards. That's just how it goes. So anyway, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you next time.